here's what we're doing first. We are looking today at Renita Brannan and LifeWave, thanks to you know who you are. Saving my ass on a Saturday night with giving us some content to react to. I just got home from the gym and I have a drink and I've taken my meds, and this is a reminder for you to take your meds if you need to. We're going to be playing a birthday kazoo for Max after we play the disclaimer, and also we will be giving out 10 DC memberships right after the disclaimer as well. This stream needs a content warning for religious manipulation and pseudoscience galore, so if that's going to put you in some kind of headspace, this may not be the stream for you. But I would love to take a pity lick. If my stream goat would actually work, that would be like the best. Let me find it for you. I don't know what's going on. Technical difficulties are happening. Right, meow. Thank you. This is our stream goat. We haven't. I don't think we've named our stream goat yet, but remind you to lick or like the stream. And I'm gonna play our disclaimer right now. Then birthday kazoo for Max. Then gifted memberships. Okay.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on.
Hello, okay, I'm back. Birthday kazoo for Max. Happy birthday! If you hate kazoos, you may not like my channel, but we do the kazoos a lot. Shout out to you, Kevin Tinter. Here we go. Let's go. Happy birthday, Max. Also, all right, turn your gifted memberships on. Gifted memberships coming in hot in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see who gets them. Aya got one. Let's go. Alexis got one. Boho Beach Peach got one. Mariana got one. And Amanda got one. 5 more coming up. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all to the members who support me in my endeavor to fight MLMs, but also with my chronic fuckery that goes on, the fact that I can do this and make some money and also fight MLMs at the same time is pretty cool. So shout out to the members. I do like giving back if I can every month. But thank you so much. And we're going to give the next one in 3, 2, wait, close. 1. Five more memberships coming in hot. Samantha M got one. Life and Vibe got one. Whit James got one. Charlie got one. And Alpha Male got one. Congratulations. Enjoy your member emotes. You can join the Discord. Make sure you link the YouTube channel that got the gifted membership in Discord so you can see the hidden shit. Our Discord is for members only who, pay to support my channel, the space for they can chat about a bunch of other stuff. So, Here is the link to the Discord. It will only be visible. All of the hidden channels will only be visible if you are an actual member. So, hello, Callie. How are you? And Shadow, and everybody. Hello, hello, hello. This person's new to me. She's a lot, which is cool, I guess, except she does do the religious manipulation, and she's going to try to, in my opinion, scare the shit out of us, and with, I don't know, with her sciencey claims that LifeWave is going to do something magical for us. So let me actually see if I can find a LifeWave video of like what actually it is, so we can start off on the same page. LifeWave. LifeWave. LifeWave patches. Oh, Megan. Megan seems to be a top person in this company. LifeWave. Patches. I'm looking for like the business page, but Megan seems to be the top person. LifeWaver Health. That doesn't seem right. Hold on. Please hold. LifeWave. See, this is why you need to like make sure your business is searchable on social media sites. Oh, their website isn't even listed correctly. Y'all are I didn't mean to say that. I caught myself, right? I want to be in the United States. I'm looking for their social media. Oh, look, they do have a YouTube channel, but it's not searchable. Huzzah! This is 37 seconds. I'm looking for like... Oh. Like, what is... how LifeWave patches work. Oh, this is creepy. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ready, set.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices.
Is it not heat? Is it not? Isn't that what the infrared, then the night vision is looking at your body heat? No? Is this what's happening? Do I not understand this?
We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light that can promote a general state of health and healthy activity unique to each LifeWave patch. Here's how the technology works.
Please hold. I'm gonna have to go on a squirrel trail. How do night vision goggles work? Night vision goggles work by amplifying light in the environment to create a visible image. So it's not heat? Night vision goggles use thermal imaging technology to capture infrared light. Okay. I thought it was heat. I guess I'm not. I guess I'm wrong. So it's not 100% incorrect. This is all part of electromagnetic radiation, DC. Oh, thanks, Al. I should have asked Al to be on stream. I just am confused. Do night vision goggles work in total darkness? Night vision devices work by amplifying the available light in a given area. So there's absolutely no light to amplify, then your night vision device turns into an expensive blindfold. However, that doesn't mean night vision devices are useless in total darkness. Interesting. Okay, I'm learning stuff new. I'm learning new shit. Let's go. I don't know what's happening. I guess I'm like incredulous of anything an MLM says, so I'm just confused.
First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body.
No.
Where the patch covers the skin, infrared energy emitted from the body is reflected back into the body and then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy.
What the fuck?
LifeWave phototherapy patches promote an environment that enables the body to optimize its restorative energy and enhances.
What about, your body's doing the light stuff and you're only putting one little sticker on you? What about the other places your body's emitting that light? How is this effective? The one about immortal lobster frequencies and secret Bible code. Patches that are light activated to do stuff to stem cells but under clothes still work. Julie Anderson has a good vid. Oh, sweet. I'll have to go watch it. I can tell you this stuff sounds sketchy as fuck. What is the general state of health? Tish, that's a good question.
Is your ability to live well without the use of harmful drugs or chemicals.
Harmful drugs.
To find out more, contact your distributor. LifeWave. Live long. Live well.
Live in debt because you're gonna have to buy really expensive shit. Just kidding. That was me being snarky. I'm sorry, LifeWave. Oh, comments are turned off. God, stop it. Oh, my Lanta. Good for you for getting 92,000 views on this fuckery. Oh, you're just a hater, DC. Okay. We've got Miss Ma'am, Renita. She is a something or other. She's a... This is going to be talking about the gut reset with her name's Renita Brannan, and she is some magical uppity tier big rep in the company. They don't actually have like a rank called uppity tier. That was me again being sarcastic. Sips Haterade, peach flavor. Oh, thank you so much. I would love, honestly, like, I need to get my shit together and like do sciencey streams with you, Al. Yeah, to ask him about this because I would love to know for sure. Yeah, and Charlene said I would love to hear what they say. What's up, Ronnie? The day my gut resets, it's the day my nausea goes away. Oh, jeez. No worries. I hope he's doing okay. At any time would be great to know about this stuff. All right. She kind of gets cut off at the beginning. I did cut out the pauses and the filler words, but we're still left with an hour and 5 minutes of stream of this. So she says something about healing and then just go with it, okay?
Heal. And I want you to be aware that there's really two schools of thought right now that are happening in healthcare, just in case you haven't noticed this. The first thing that's happening is there's this brand new way of thinking called...
She's a senior presidential director with her husband.
Regenerative medicine. And it's that the body can heal itself with light, with sound, with frequency, with peptides, right? With doing the right things. That's regenerative medicine. And then there's that kind of old school of thought, which is the old big juggernaut, allopathic, medical model, which is a...
What does allopathic mean? Allopathic medicine is a medical practice that uses evidence-based treatments to diagnose and treat disease. I'm going to talk about regenerative medicine and that old model of allopathic medicine. The medical practice that uses evidence-based treatments to diagnose and treat diseases. Okay. Okay, Renita. I cannot. Are you serious right now? The way that she was like, oh, that old allopathic model. God. In other words, normal medicine. Oh my God. I want to say so many smart ass things about how well that worked out for Jesse Lee Ward, but I shall refrain. Yeah, I mean, goodness. You know what? Like, Pills are currently saving my life. Surgery improved my life so much. And for people to just poo-poo the idea that some people need medicine and some people need to have intervention via surgery is so fucked. Just that they're scoffing at that. It's just ridiculous. She posted the other day that on another Zoom of hers got hacked and someone took over the stream. She claimed it was a demonic act. Does she know how hacking works? Oh my god. Did she like accidentally put herself not as host and forget to denote another host so she couldn't go back in and make herself a host? Was it herself that hacked herself out of a live stream?
Pill for every ill, surgeries, and things like that. And I'm not saying those things are not necessary in crisis.
Or you can do it as a prevention or do it an early intervention so that you are not miserable and in significant pain down the road. Oh my God, Miss Ma'am.
They absolutely are, and they save lives every single day.
Good for you for
saying that. But I
saying
think we'd all have to agree at this point that that big business model of pills for ills is not a long-term health solution.
Okay, so my medicine that I'm taking that's currently like keeping my brain, helping balance shit out so that I can stay alive, that stuff is not a long-term health solution. You know, if I was going to name call, this would be it.
Can we all agree on that today? In fact, most people that I'm talking to here today, you probably got on this because you've had maybe gut problems for a while, okay? Maybe it's not.
Maybe talk to a registered dietitian and maybe take some probiotics. Oh, wait, I'm not recommending that because I'm not a registered dietitian. Talk to a registered dietitian. Talk to your doctor. Guess what? My gut issues were from endometriosis and some other shit going on. It wasn't going to resolve itself with freaking light patches. Oh, what was going to eat through the lesions in my torso? The light was going to? That my body was going to magically dissolve the lesions of the endometriosis that was like sticking my organs together? Oh my God.
Been a week or a month, maybe it's been 10 years of irritable bowel or 10 years of colitis or 10 years of constipation or 10 years of something gut related, right?
Hi,
Stomach
Jen.
aches, indigestion,
Wendy.
you name it, right? The bottom line is I think the reason I've gotten so great at seeking is that I never give up. I don't think, okay, well, that's just going to be the way it is. I'm like, there has to be a.
This is a established promoter in LifeWave. She's a presidential presidential diamond director, something or other. It says on the screen at the bottom, don't touch the poop. And LifeWave has these patches that use your body's infrared light to bounce it back inside your body to it heal itself, even though it's only on strategic points of the body because, of course, your body is emitting light only in those strategic points. I'm being sarcastic because that doesn't make sense. I don't understand why they think everyone has gut issues. Not everyone does. If you do, you should go to the doctor. Yeah, go to the doctor, talk to a registered dietitian. I mean, don't touch her poop. She may perform an exorcism on you. Oh.
Solution. I'm a solution seeker. The Lord has given me that gift to just continually research, dig deep, ask questions.
You know, the Lord has given that gift to scientists and doctors and I don't know, doctors, nurse practitioners, physician's assistants. I don't know, the doctors, researchers, i.e. scientists. That's great. And I will say this, my mom was the one that helped advocate for me so that we were able to find a solution, a path to a solution through allopathic medicine. And my mom was one that helped kind of get us on the right track. I'm not saying that you can't do something if you don't have a medical degree. I'm saying maybe we don't make commission off of scaring the shit out of people to participate in something that doesn't have science-based research about it.
Because I believe that the solutions are there when we start seeking. And so a little bit about our journey. You guys know my mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's about 8 years ago.
Stop it right now. Hop out if this is going to make you rage, okay? Just, I'll remind you throughout. Promote and preserve your emotional well-being, okay? Okay.
So we have tried everything from detoxification and honestly,
do you think that if detoxing the body would help people with Parkinson's, that scientists would be instructing doctors and doctors who are currently reading up on new research would do that? Is anyone else itching in rage? Just me?
this presentation today could be 10 hours long, and I could just talk about nutrition, supplements, all facets of it. But I'm going to really try to keep it contained today to gut health, because if you are not healthy in your gut, how many of you know, like Hippocrates, the founder of modern medicine, said that literally every disease begins in the gut? How many of you believe that? Okay.
Yeah. Take care of yourself. Hop out if you need to. Because this is absolute fuckery. You know what I mean? And then she's making these Zoom calls, preying on people who are looking for medical answers and not providing someone with evidence-based research. Just, it's absolute fuckery. I'm so pissed I made a typo, damn it. Honestly, fuck off with that. Sincerely, someone whose loved one had Parkinson's. Yep.
That is very important for you to understand that, okay? So, you know, and I'm not saying that other organ systems don't come into play, but a lot of problems can be solved when we get our gut in check. How many of you realize that? A lot of problems.
What are a lot of problems? Indigestion? I mean, I'm not trying to be flippant. I'm doing it just comes naturally, you know? Hi, Diane. Sadly, a lot of people believe this stuff. And I don't want to be so sarcastic that I don't acknowledge that there are people desperate for answers and desperate to get help. And there's some things that wreck our lives disease-wise that don't have answers that we want. And shame on people like this for being predatory and taking advantage of people financially and mentally because they're claiming something will work. And if she's going to claim that these fucking patches helped her whatever parent with Parkinson's, I'm going to throw something. Hi, Angie.
Can be solved. An example I can give you is my mom was constipated for 30 years, chronic constipation for 30 years before being diagnosed with Parkinson's. And now there's correlation. In fact,
you're saying that your mom had, oh my God. She's saying that her mom having chronic constipation for 30 years led her to getting Parkinson's. What? If that was the easy button for solving the problem of a disease, of Parkinson's wrecking so many people's lives, scientists would have figured it out already. She's literally saying that chronic constipation led her mom to getting Parkinson's. I mean, let's logic through this, everybody. Doctors want to help people. Do you think for 1 second that nurses and doctors like telling family members that they have an incurable disease? That they wouldn't want to be able to have an easy solution like, this will absolutely prevent this? Of course they would. Of course they would. Correlation is not causation. Perfectly said, Eclectic Mima. Hi, Av. Constipation is one of the first signs of Parkinson's and a tremor. Again, correlation is not causation, and I would want to read the research. That people in the Parkinson's field of study have published about this personally.
I think I sent it to myself here. Let me just pull this up real quick. I sent a couple things to myself on Messenger so that I could review and just share with you these things that I want you to know, because I think this is powerful, powerful information.
Okay. Parkinson's disease is a chronic condition that causes progressive brain damage. Some common signs and symptoms include tremors, slow movement, muscle stiffness, balance and coordination problems, speech changes, handwriting changes, facial expression changes, swallowing problems, voice changes, and other symptoms. Loss of smell, sleep problems, pain, mental health problems, bladder problems, constipation, blood pressure changes, tiredness, and sexual symptoms. You can go to the Mayo Clinic and look at that. Look at, I would say that those looking at, again, that's why you need a doctor to look at this. Because you could say, oh my gosh, I have muscle stiffness. It doesn't necessarily mean that's an early onset symptom of Parkinson's. You want someone educated in the field to be able to help you with diagnosing stuff like this. My family had shuffling, a big sign.
So let me come up here real quick. First of all, I'm gonna share something with you that y'all know, but I just sometimes I think it's good to hear it again and again and again, right? So the gut-brain connection. Let me open up
Will do, Tish. I'll Instagram it to you right now.
my screen here, screen share. And I apologize if you feel like I'm bebopping around. I've just got so much to say in a limited time to say it. Scott actually did do some PowerPoint slides for me, so I will try to stay on the rails. But it's interesting when you type in gut-brain connection, when I go to PubMed, have you guys ever heard of PubMed.gov?
Oh my God.
It's the largest online resource library where doctors actually utilize that. So hopefully you can see that on the screen right here. And when I go here to PubMed and I type in gut-brain connection, there's 26,798 studies. So pack a lunch. You can research as little or as long as you want on this one, right? So the bottom line is the gut is affecting our brain, which is why the world.
No, you cannot just say gut-brain connection and say, oh, for sure, that is impacting disease. So, it's so nuanced. You actually, one, have to be trained on how to read scientific studies. That's setting aside all of this stuff. All of these are different. You can look at these titles. Gut, liver, brain axis in diseases. Okay, that's number one. Gut microbiome, brain alliance, a landscape view of the mental and gastrointestinal health and disorders. It's all different. It's all different. Thank you, Rhinoceros. That is not how you research. Yes. I hope that me getting upset doesn't make y'all and listening more upset. I know sometimes it's better to have somebody calmer react to shit like this. I'm not that person. I will do my best to rein it in a little bit. Titles do not equal conclusions. Exactly. And you could do a whole study and you could say this was disproven. You could say this is what we intended. And this is how we laid out our experiment, and these were our findings, and it showed that our what we were trying to prove was unproven. And all of that data is helpful for other scientists to go off of if they're doing similar studies. I'm not, like, why am I the one having to rage about this on the internet?
It has gotten completely crazy.
Tish said, I can't promise I'll be calm either. I sent you her name.
I mean, look around. Mental illness is at
Are PubMed studies peer reviewed? Good question. Let me look. Oops. Most articles indexed in PubMed are peer reviewed, but not all of them are. So you'd have to go on a case-by-case basis and look if it was peer reviewed. Because again, a great point that Chelsea brought up is you could publish this and it doesn't get peer reviewed, so it might not be as effective or have as much impact as you think it would, because it didn't get, like, not a stamp of approval, but somebody else who was in your same field looked at it and said, yeah, the sciences.
An all-time high, depression, anxiety, ADHD, ADD, schizophrenia. I mean, I've never seen so many incidences of mental illness in my life, but it's because our guts are wrecked.
No, because we are in the best scientific position that we've ever been in. We are able to research more than we've ever been able to. We've been able to diagnose more than we've ever been able to, in my opinion. And people who were living with things for their entire life, now we get to say, oh my God, that's actually this, and this medication could help you. Or if it's something where food changes can help you, cool. Some of the stuff that I have, food changes don't help. Consider the source, remember the... yep, exactly, Rise. Hannah's awesome. Katie is snuggling with the phone for everyone who needs or anyone who needs a floof. Hey, Nyando.
It's simply the way they treated the environment. The soil is sprayed with glyphosate. The air is being sprayed with...
I love this. Katie Miller said, yeah, as a doctoral student pursuing dissertation, peer review, especially in the medical field, scrutinizes the methods of your study to ensure validity. Katie, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Can we really blame our gut for all psychotic episodes? Probs not. And again, if there is actual science, and I'm sure it's more of a nuanced position about its impact on other things, cool. Let's learn about it outside of an ecosystem of coercion. Because right now, Renita here is scaring the shit out of all of us. Oh, it's the truth. It shouldn't scare you. You should just be happy it's the truth. Miss Ma'am, you're not actually showing us anything truthful, because you're not telling us the entire context of how articles are posted and also the studies that are posted. You're not telling us that sometimes what someone's trying to prove is disproven in the study. Oh, but it's 26,000, search results show that there's a gut-brain connection. It's more nuanced than what you're saying.
We don't even know what, right? We think it's aluminum, but they're coming in at us from all directions. And our gut simply was not designed by God to take on all these chemicals. Think about
oh my God. Okay.
About this for a second. We're not designed to take on chemicals. There's 1,000 chemicals that are completely 100% legal in your children's cereal that are banned over in Europe. When we go to Europe,
I mean, I do like that there's less shit in European products, but I mean, I don't know all the logical fallacies she's participating in, because it's a lot,
we get healthier as a family. Everybody comes back feeling great, looking great, no more health problems. Literally, our guts don't hurt and we eat pizza 5 times a day. Everybody comes back healthier. True story, because they don't even allow these chemicals in other countries like they do in the United States. So the first thing I want you to know is that the overseers, the authorities of your health that we thought were the authorities, the 3-letter...
The overseers of your health? The people we thought were the authorities? You're gonna say overseers with a straight face? Are you kidding me? Also, literally everything's a chemical. You're just saying a chemical that we shouldn't be ingesting. Is that what she was saying about the American products? So let's remember cereal ingredients are directly linked to these patches. I don't know, Al. What is happening? This is nonsense from Angie D. I have issues and live in Europe. Yeah, I think we are in red pill territory. I wish I could change my lights, but my lights are being awful right now, so we're going to have to leave it on the blue. Good God.
Organizations are not out to serve us.
What about the medications that have let people with diseases that used to kill people a lot sooner, let them live a lot longer now, because people have been in the researching and testing and actually looking for things to help impact diseases? What about cancers that are able to be treated with new technology, new medication, new intervention processes? You're saying that all these people are out to get you? That you can't trust them? Within reason? Like, are you... I don't like it one bit. I like it 0%. Yeah, polio vaccine is chemicals but saves lives. Yep. And not to go into vaccine territory. YouTube, I'm not. Chill out, YouTube. Just chill out for a second. Polio is basically polio and I think smallpox. And I could be wrong. But essentially eradicated. And then started coming back because people stopped getting vaccinated. Again, do what you want to do. I'm going to look at the info. Hold on. The World Health Assembly declared the world free of smallpox on May 8, 1980. This was about 2.5 years after the last naturally occurring case of smallpox was diagnosed in a hospital worker in Somalia. Smallpox was the first and only infectious disease to be eradicated in humans. It was a serious disease that could lead to blindness, permanent scarring, and death. Smallpox spread through direct contact, coughing or sneezing, contaminated items and scabs, and fluid from a patient. The eradication of smallpox is considered by many to be the biggest achievement in international public health. The process of eradicating smallpox began in 1958 when the World Health Assembly received a report on the devastating consequences of the disease in 63 countries. A global campaign was then launched in 1967. Wild, right? Was it polio? I don't remember. Is LifeWave here to serve us or the top of the upline or whatever? Al. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I want you guys to first understand that. They're not out for your best interest. They're out for the bottom dollar, okay? And I'm not going to make this a negative thing because I am a solution-minded person, but I want you to be aware if you're still relying on, a pharmaceutical or the next drug ad or your doctor maybe to tell you what to do to heal. Doctors are not trained to teach people how to heal. I want you guys to know that.
What?
They're not trained in
measles and mumps.
Root cause, most doctors. Now, if you go to a good one that's integrative, they'll know because they
not all integrative doctors are good. Okay. All right. Not all medical doctors are good either. I've had good experiences and shitty experiences with people in the medical field. I'm not saying like, oh my God, you have an MD, like you're a good person. No. But it does say something that you're going to go to school for 1 billion years and pass your boards and do all this other stuff to become a medical doctor and maybe complete a fellowship. Maybe you have something more to offer than a naturopathic doctor. I don't know. Maybe a little bit. Maybe it's good to be both. Who knows?
Researched above and beyond just their medical diploma, right? So my bottom line is our gut and our brain are directly connected. Can we all agree on that? It's kind of a big deal, right?
How do we agree on it? You haven't clicked on anything. You haven't even gone to the second page. There's 1,340 pages, and you just did gut-brain connection.
And so when I go up there, it's crazy when you go, I mean, just typing in gut brain connection, right? You can click on any of these. I mean, look at this, gut, liver, brain axis and diseases. So there's something called the gut.
No, the implications for therapeutic interventions. Read the entire title. Gut Microbiome Brain Alliance, a landscape view into mental and gastrointestinal health and disorders. So what are we talking about there? Is there an impact between your gut microbiome and its ability to support your mental health disorders or mental and gastrointestinal health disorders? Oh, what about the next one? Multifunctional microelectronic fibers enabled wireless modulation of gut and brain neural circuits. That has nothing to do with what she's talking about. Systematic insights into the relationship between the microbiota, gut brain axis, and stroke, with the focus on tryptophan metabolism. That has nothing to do with what you're trying to convince here either, Renita.
Brain access.
And they're just titles as well. You have to go in and you have to look at what they actually said in the studies.
Where literally what is happening in our gut. Our gut is our second brain. Have you ever heard that? Say that out loud. My gut is my second brain. So if your gut is not doing well, how do you think your brain is doing? There's literally an axis that connects the gut to the brain.
The enteric nervous system that regulates our gut is often called the body's second brain. So it's the enteric nervous system, not the gut, because it's what regulates the gut, right? We're on the same page, yes? It's the enteric nervous system that regulates our gut. That is the second brain. What? I can't roll my eyes hard enough. I can't either. This is the wildest shit I've ever heard. Oh my god, Luna. Same. Sorry, I'm a librarian and I teach people how to do research as my job, and I'm so fucking pissed right now. Thank you. The rage is welcomed, Rhinoceros.
Okay? Just so you know that. Well,
So we know what? The enteric nervous system, what regulates the gut, is what's called the body's second brain. Not the gut. Not the gut. Not the gut. I hate to be like do I want to die on this hill? Yeah, I do. I do want to die on this hill. Okay? We're dying on the hill of the enteric nervous system. All right? That's where I'm going to die, on this hill. Good God.
happening in people's lives is many times they have something called leaky gut. How many of you have heard of
Oh my God.
leaky gut? Okay, think about your gut lining. Our gut lining, oh man, gut lining is just so, it's very thin actually. And so what happens is it becomes damaged by.
Go to dietitian Kat Benson. I think has done a video on this, but I'm not exactly sure. Maybe she has. Ignore what she's saying for a second.
By these chemicals that I'm talking about, it becomes damaged by chronic use of antibiotics. It becomes
Chronic use of antibiotics. What if you need antibiotics? That's what they're literally there for. And if you talk to a pharmacist, you can, I think, from what I've heard when I've taken antibiotics myself, is you can take your antibiotic and then take your what is it called? Your probiotic like 2 or 3 hours after you take your antibiotic. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying talk to your pharmacist and tell them, what should I do? Either eat yogurt or take a probiotic. What's the best time as I'm taking an antibiotic so that I don't wreck the good bacteria in my gut? Oh yeah, you should do this. Your pharmacist can tell you. Your pharmacist, Eloise the pharmacist, can tell you. Oh my God.
Compromised by vaccines, any kind of chemical that we put in the body that the
Vaccines? Okay.
body is not aware of, it's going to compromise the gut lining. And eventually what happens is we literally
Everything that your body is not aware of is going to compromise the gut lining. Okay.
have holes
Does Eloise have a bat signal? I think Eloise is asleep, but here's her channel. Oh my God.
in your gut. Okay. And they call it leaky gut. So every time you eat something, it doesn't stay in your gut where it belongs, right? It doesn't go through that digestive process, which is from your mouth to your anus. It doesn't stay in there. What happens as soon as you eat it and you've got leaky gut, all of that stuff, that food, those chemicals, those supplements, they're floating throughout the entire system.
So you put something in your mouth and your saliva and your teeth start breaking it down because you're going to chew it. Then you're going to swallow. It goes down your esophagus and at some point hits your stomach. The acids in your stomach are going to also break down your food even more. And so when it gets to your intestines, it's a goopy mess of nutrients, allegedly, and you're saying that if your body doesn't recognize it, then you're fucked, and it's going to leak out into your body and poison you? You know, I'm always surprised. Why didn't I learn about this in 7th grade? Or 8th grade? Or, you know, any of the times I took biology? Okay, there's nuance. I love that. Amy said, as someone actively writing their PhD thesis after studying probiotics, there definitely is evidence for a gut-brain axis, but there is definitely a lot of nuance to it. And I love that you're saying that there's nuance. Like, we're smart enough to understand, like, the nuance instead of getting coerced into a multi-level marketing, you know, patch hell from LifeWave. And if there's evidence-based studies about the gut-brain axis, cool. We love to look at ethical or peer-reviewed or strong evidence-based studies, research for this shit.
And actually, people become chronic inflammation, which is why autoimmune diseases are so prevalent. You guys, 20 years ago, you heard of once in a while a person would have MS. Once in a while,
Someone would have MS 20 years ago? Are you kidding me? MS didn't just pop out of the world, like, didn't just like, oh man, nobody has MS. Now, 20 years later, like, everyone has MS? Like, what are you talking about? Leaky gut is more about the microbes from your gut getting into the rest of your body, not about nutrients. Oh. See? She's not going to tell us that, because I don't think she understands it, honestly. I don't think Renita understands this. Nuance, yeah, for sure. Because people become chronic inflammation. Oh no, the chemical of water concerns me. It's called the periodic table for a reason. Stuff gets diagnosed more often now because we have more information, not necessarily because it's more prevalent. Yep.
person would have lupus. I mean, I think about my career 25 years ago when I looked at how many clients I had that had autoimmune diseases. I had one. I had one client, and I remember her name.
Your client or like someone in your MLM? What are you talking about, Renita? Is Renita a doctor?
Her name was Sue, and she was the only client I had with an autoimmune disease. Now,
so you're saying that your client base is what you pull for what people actually have and are struggling with disease-wise? Are you fucked? Are you serious? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, I didn't run into anybody with multiple sclerosis when I was whatever she practices, and now I've run into other people with it, so more people are getting it. What? What does she even do?
Most people that
I'm snooping on my other tab right now.
talk to are dealing with some type of autoimmune disease. And the reason that happens is because of that leaky gut. Imagine your gut lining like this and it's got holes poked in it. So when you consume something, all of that stuff, it becomes systemic and it floats through all these areas of the body where it does not belong. And the body's saying, Mayday, Mayday, we've got beef, floating through this. We've got a carcinogen, red 40 floating over here. Like it's literally your body's on high alert because it's literally everything is leaking out of the gut. It's called leaky gut.
As Amy said, just to redirect us back to science, leaky gut is more about the microbes from your gut leaking into the rest of your body, not about nutrients. But I don't think Renita seems to care about the accuracy of her statements if she's getting people to sign up because they're scared shitless.
Okay. Are you all aware of leaky gut now? I'm kind of summarizing it. I'm not being super over analytical or scientific today. I just want to be kind of just spoken in concrete, easy language for you guys to understand.
Miss Ma'am was in Canaway. Oh, God. She just popped over to LifeWave in 2022. She was in Canaway for 6 years and 11 months, so 7 years. Then she was in Junice. She's still in Junice, 18 years, 7 months. She was in Mona V before that. What was she talking about? Clients via a multi-level marketing company? I don't know what she does. Okay. I have no idea.
Okay, so you understand, and we're not going to go through any of these 7,000 studies right now, but you're welcome to start researching that at pubmed.gov. The next thing I want to show you that's really, really important is that, literally, when you think about this, let me click on.
What's your group called? What's your group called? LifeWave Wellness Warriors Health and Wealth. 9.8 thousand members. Google Docs. Interesting. LifeWave Wellness Warriors Health and Wealth. Let's see. LifeWave Warriors. Wellness Warriors. Health and Wealth. That's a FTC treasure trove if I've ever seen one. Now is it 9.8 thousand? Yep, that's it. Not yet. Just give me a second. Okay, we'll see what happens. Sorry.
Literally, when you think about this, let me click on this one right here. Let me screen share with you guys again. So this is really interesting. Remember can you guys see that? Does it?
This was published in 2019, February 1st. Unleashing the Doctor Within. Does it have?
Say the gut microbiome, unleashing the doctor within, or does it not say that? Nod your head.
A study is more than its title. A study is more than its title. A study is more than its title.
I'm looking at Lisa. Okay, Lisa, good. The gut microbiome, unleashing the doctor within. So do you remember how Hippocrates, the founder of modern medicine, said that every disease begins in the gut? Okay, he literally said that.
I mean, I can find studies that where the title supports what I wanted to say. When I was in school, back in the day, when I was in school, my teacher literally beat it into our heads that we can't just cherry pick quotes for our papers when we're trying to prove our thesis. Because if the entire paper that we are referencing disagrees with what we're trying to prove, then that is kind of an unethical way to write your paper, because you're taking something out of context for your own gain, basically. And there should be ethics when you're writing. Even though it wasn't scientific papers that I was writing, it was still important to give a shit about what you were referencing and understand what you were referencing. And this is such a lazy way to try to prove her point, and it's dangerous because she's scaring people so that they buy her little LifeWave microwave patches. No, they don't microwave people. They redirect your infrared light back into your body so that you can heal yourself. Okay. But if the gut microbiome is the doctor within, if we're going to like play along with her for a second, why would we need the overpriced patches that she has to sell if our gut microbiome is supposed to do everything to make us healthy? Can someone answer me that?
That 2,000 years ago. So look at this. Let's read this, what they discovered. Hello. And this is pretty recent. This is February 1st, 2019.
It's not that recent. 2019 to 2020, 2020 to 2021, 2021 to 2022, 2022 to 2023, 2023 to 2024. I mean,
this was done. Okay, if you just came on, if you guys could mute yourself, that'd be really great. If you just
why don't you just pay for the Zoom where you can mute people? Oh, you can't do that? Come on.
Joined us, hit mute on your...
Tragically, it is a peer-reviewed journal. Oh, rip. Rip. So my head cold came from my gut. Lovely.
Keypad, so we don't have to hear the dog barking. All right. Hippocrates said, there it is. Everyone has a doctor in him or her. We just have to help it in its work.
We're going to reference Hippocrates? Okay.
The natural healing force within each of us is the greatest force in getting well. Our food should be our medicine. Our medicine should be our food. Okay. So this is like literally 2,000 years ago.
Also, like, weren't we participating in really, like, I don't know, not scientifically based healing methods 2,000 years ago? I don't, bloodletting? Well, I don't know. Maybe that was even more recent than that, but maybe we don't do that. Maybe the more we know, the better we get, and the better our treatments get, because we actually have really smart, intelligent people working on that to keep people healthy. Huh? Studying the microbiology has been getting more and more common. 5 years is a long time in this field. Amy, I'm loving... I don't know what I just did. I'm loving your comments on the stream. Honestly, peer review isn't the end all be all. Some journals aren't exactly ethical when it comes to the process. Ooh, the tea. This is their website, and they cite many studies. Patchedu.com. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to go there after I press play.
Or Rockefeller came in and bought up the drug industry because he was, petroleum rich, because most drugs are petroleum based, which means they're part oil. Okay. So we're not even going to get into that part of the broken medical system or the pharmaceutical industry. But 2,000 years ago, this guy was saying this. He says, as we continue to embark on the transformation of healthcare, there it is, guys, regenerative medicine or allopathic care. You're literally choosing a side now. You're literally picking.
Science-based is a side? Sure, science-based or non-science-based, is that what you're talking about? As we continue to embark on the transformation of healthcare, it will be increasingly important to educate and empower our patients about their body's amazing ability to heal itself. That doesn't seem that, like, biased, and she is taking it as, like, see, gotcha. Sure, probably are eating vegetables and fiber, is it probably good for you if you could even handle that? Yeah, probably. Eating enough protein, enough fats, enough carbs, that's probably important too. Who could help you with that? God, who could help you with that? Maybe a registered dietitian? What? In conjunction with your medical doctor? In conjunction with making sure you're getting blood tests and you're keeping track of your blood pressure and your heart rate and stuff? Huh. I don't know. That sounds reasonable. Maybe it's not.
Which one you're going to be part of? Okay. Some people say, I just want to stick to what my doctor says. I don't want to wear a patch.
How does the patch work? Your body, all your skin, you're saying that your body is emitting infrared light all over, but strategic placement of a tiny dot, whatever, all over is somehow going to create this like force field of putting the infrared light back into your body to heal itself. My next question is, does infrared light heal the body? I don't know.
I don't want to do anything that's really going to help me. I just have to consult with my doctor. Well, you can consult with your doctor, but your doctor may or may not know anything about nutrition. Your doctor may or may not know anything about phototherapy or light therapy patches. Your doctor may or may not know.
Okay, allegedly. Let me go to the Mayo Clinic. I just want to know. The one article I was looking at has been retracted. That's fun. I'm not seeing Mayo Clinic. I'm not seeing infrared therapy for chronic low back pain, a randomized controlled trial. The objective of the present study was to assess the degree of pain relief obtained by applying infrared energy to the low back in patients with chronic intractable low back pain. I don't know. Somebody smarter than me. Here's the link.
Anything about peptides. Okay, so I just want you to be well aware of that. So it says, it will be increasingly important to educate and empower our patients about their body's amazing ability to heal itself.
This is just like the beginning of the study. You haven't even proven anything. What the fuck?
A study at PubMed. Look who did this study here. The American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine. So this is a big journal that did this.
Dexter Sherney, MD, did it. Yeah, I think that's where it was published, the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine. And the person who did the study was Dexter Sherney. Are we not reading the same thing? Sorry, you can't see it. Let me, where's my cameras? Dexter Sherney, am I reading that correctly? Oh, hang on, this journal publishes editorials which aren't peer-reviewed. Rhinoceros is losing it. Oh my god. She's reading with her Delulu glasses on. Yeah.
We're going to empower our patients about their body's amazing ability to heal itself. Well, this is not always an easy task. Not everybody wants to do this, right, guys? New research continues to provide us as lifestyle medicine practitioners with new ways to deliver our message. Perhaps no research is quite as exciting for lifestyle medicine as that of the human gut microbiome and its incredible and undeniable impact on human health. Your gut affects nearly everything in your body, okay? Not surprisingly, it was Hippocrates who was coined the phrase, all diseases begin in the gut.
Where's the evidence-based research? that that's true.
Well, 2,000 years of time and research has demonstrated that not all diseases originate in the gut. An increasing number of conditions are linked to that complex ecosystem of microbes that reside in the gut.
Okay.
The most promising part, we have the unique ability to manipulate that ecosystem and health outcomes through practical methods, many of which just happen to be the pillars of lifestyle medicine.
Okay, when we, again, I hate to like redirect us. We were talking about the liver a few weeks ago on my channel. Maybe it wasn't a few weeks ago, but I don't know. We're 12 streams into October Screams and Streams, and I've lost track a little bit of when we talked about it. But sometimes intervention for diseases, like if your liver's in trouble, early intervention can be done with nutrition. And if it's past that point, and your doctor can tell you if it is, you can't necessarily make those shifts with food alone. And guess what? There's medicine and procedures and all this other stuff that you can do for that specifically. So what I'm trying to say is food cannot always fix everything. I don't have any letters after my name. I'm just running my mouth on the internet. I'm just relaying what we've read and seen on the Mayo Clinic website, the National Institute of Health, the Mayo Clinic. We look at another one too. Anyways, like within reason, let's provide a nuanced perspective of what you're talking about. Take out the coercion, take out the fear, take out the broad brush you're painting everything with, and also like learn how to read a fucking journal article, please. My focus actually was on the impact of probiotics on certain aspects of liver health. There are impacts, but it's definitely not going to just fix everything. That is super interesting. That's super interesting. I feel like most MLMs avoid nuance, but especially health ones. Yeah. Oh, no, DC, you don't understand. It's a miracle. Insert vague MLM science, a dozen buzzwords, and shallow platitudes here. Yes, Nick. Most students I help with research and medical majors limit to in the last year.
Lifestyle medicine is sunlight, proper nutrition, proper hydration, electrolytes, light therapy, right? Stress relief.
That's like I forget what the name is, but your sleep hygiene, your hydration, eating in general, managing your stress, moving your body with like within your limitations of what you can do. And also your movement / your exercise is closely tied with your stress, because if your moving is impacting your stress negatively, you have to take that into account. So it's like and again, you don't necessarily need certain vitamins if you're not low on them, and you would know if you took a blood test, but you would take all of those into account when you're looking at your health as a baseline. And then when you need other help, like I am on medicine, you do that too. And that's okay. Hydration through water, which is a chemical. Yeah. Yeah, those things are good, but they're not treatments and medications for serious illness. Yes, Nyando.
Getting in sync with the sun, proper circadian rhythms, going to bed when the sun goes down, getting up when the sun comes up, right? These are all called lifestyle medicine, okay? And in some countries of the world already, they're already prescribing this. So are you guys convinced about the gut?
So
now I'm going to take
when I was told to move more and eat more vegetables and drink more water and lose weight, to like fix why I was going to the emergency room after emergency room visit after emergency room visit, that should have fixed going out in the sunlight, grounding myself, drinking water, doing all that stuff was going to fix the 26 lesions I had in my torso that prevented me from walking. That's what would have fixed it. Oh, doing that would have stopped it from even happening, because that's how endo works. Really? Are you serious? My advisor really emphasized being critical about where I get primary sources. Everyone has biases, and you need to be aware of that fact when doing research. Titles and abstract aren't everything. Yes, Amy! Oh my god. Hell yeah.
This right back to my family's health. And I'm going to get very, very raw with you guys. I'm going to show you some things that I've never shown before, ever.
It was a little bit before your journey to the center of the earth. Thank you, Tori. I'll have to do a stream on. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I talked to members about it, but I'm like, do I want to do a stream about that? But I think I need to. But I think taking my time and thinking about it is going to be good. But yes. Before my journey to the center of the earth. Wait, what? If you work on the night shift, ma'am?
Important that you all know. So I told you that my mom was like chronically constipated for like 30 years before she was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Imagine that, 30 years of chronic constipation, right? You'd think at some point her primary care physician would say, God, we got to get a handle on your constipation, Pearl, okay? But no one ever said that to her. It was, take Miralax, they said. They were never going to get to the root cause of it, right? And then one day my mom wakes up with a hand tremor. That's how that happened, guys.
There are people that can be chronically constipated their entire life and never get Parkinson's. There are people who get Parkinson's who have never been constipated. Your science logic trains don't work, Renita. And yes, did your mom give you permission to tell everybody about her bowel habits, or her medical journey, or her diagnosis? Yeah, they did not cause the tremor. Did she ever go to a different doctor? Going to bed before the sun goes down, so going to bed at 4 p.m. in November if you live in London? Yeah, or Wisconsin. When I lived in Wisconsin, it got dark like at 3:30 in the afternoon. It was awful.
And so and now we've been on this journey to find solutions and help. Well, 2 years ago, about 3 years ago, actually, we had another health crisis going on in our home. We have 3 boys. They're 24, 17, and 16. And
tell me you are not going to be telling a minor's medical history on a Zoom call. Tell me you're not going to do that. Renita? Privacy? A what?
I've kind of prided myself and been super proud of the fact that we've just really taken excellent care of ourselves. We've been abundantly healthy, right? We've been very healthy. I've been very health conscious. 23 years ago, I went back to school for my doctorate in holistic nutrition.
Is there such a thing as a doctorate in holistic nutrition? I'm sure there is. Doctorate. Is there a respected doctorate in holistic nutrition is what I want to know. Okay. So when she's saying her clients, she means she's actually treating them for diseases and shit. Maryland Doctor of Clinical Nutrition. Holistic nutrition, that's not. I'm looking for like accredited organizations for that. I don't know.
Okay, so I went back to school to become a doctor in holistic nutrition. I never finished that degree, but I certainly learned.
Oh, you never finished it. So your clients that you were helping, under what umbrella were we helping them? Okay. I'm not saying it's bad to not finish your degree. I'm saying maybe we don't diagnose people if we're not medical doctors, or nurse practitioners, or physician's assistants, or I don't know, something that gives you the authority to diagnose people. Right? Right?
Enough to make me dangerous to the medical establishment, because I learned.
Hey everyone, I fell and scraped my knee a few years ago and now I have diabetes. Clearly the scraped knee caused that. Yeah. Oh my god. Wear knee pads every day and you'll never get diabetes. If you're just listening to this, we're being sarcastic because it follows the logic train that Miss Ma'am is giving us.
That most diseases were being created by the large bodies of health, okay, like the FDA.
The FDA is creating diseases. The NIH is creating diseases. Oh god. Are you kidding me?
NIH, we could just go into CDC.
The Center for Disease Control, they handle diseases and also work on vaccines and trying to prevent those diseases. It's a whole organization. Like, I know there's probably like, I don't want to go there. The Center for Disease Control, like, it's a whole thing. You're saying that everybody's out to make us sick to make money. You're out to scare us to make money. So why does that make you any better if what you say about them is true? The government is also creating hurricanes, so that tracks. Sarcasm. Yeah.
We could go over those three-letter organizations all day long, but you get the point. I read a book called
It is unethical to work in a role that you never finish the program. You are misrepresenting your qualifications, ma'am. Chris, get him.
Politics of Cancer by Dr. Samuel Epstein. Okay. And it was a book about this thick. I think it was 1,000 pages for one of my classes. It completely transformed my life.
But you didn't finish your degree, so how were you helping clients? It changed your life, but your positioning is, trust me, bro. What?
I stopped dyeing my hair with normal hair dye.
So you still dye your hair, but not with normal hair dye. Do you understand? The natural hair dye. Oh my god. Oh my god. I cannot. Okay.
Stop cleaning my house with normal cleaning products. If you want to say radical, I got radical.
What are you using to kill those germies? Huh? Bleach? No, not bleach. What kills germs besides bleach? Hold on. What kills soap? What kills diseases on surfaces? Sanitize safely and effectively. Bleach is a strong and effective disinfectant. Its active ingredient, sodium hypochlorite, is effective in killing bacteria, fungi, and viruses. Oh my god. If she wasn't in LifeWave, she would totally be in Young Living essential oils, honestly. God.
We stopped drinking milk. We stopped eating wheat.
If you think this is wild, most people in the crunchier multi-level marketing companies, they think that milk is making them sick, that wheat is adulterated because it's been transformed and it's natural like the way it was back in the day, genetically modified. And then the chemicals are killing you, or they're disrupting your endocrine system, or whatever it is. It's normal across the board. Except also she's doing the hair dye, so.
We just got crazy. Imagine this. I ripped out all the carpet in my house because one of my oldest son, when he was little, was dealing with allergy-related issues. We thought it was probably, the carpet. We got rid of all that. He was still coughing and puking. We eliminated dairy.
Did you take him to the allergy doctor to see what he was allergic to? I'm not saying that you trying to help your kid is incredible. Good for you. Did you take him to a doctor to see what he was allergic to?
And within 24 hours, he stopped coughing and puking. And then
Why would you? Okay, here's my question. So he's coughing and puking, and in the period it takes you to tear up the carpet in your entire home, he's still dealing with that. You're telling me a doctor was never able to tell you what he was allergic to, or you didn't believe in doctors and you were trying to figure it out yourself? Can you clarify for us?
ended up becoming a national champ in track. They told me when he was 2 that he had, asthma, and they wanted him on. I actually
The number one or the fastest guy in the world at the Olympics for the US. He actually got 3rd place and he was running with COVID, but he has asthma, and he got 1st place in I think two other races, and I don't. He's very, very, very fast, and he has asthma. There's lots of athletes who can compete at a high elite, nay, Olympic level, who have asthma. And that's cool when you can overcome something like that and be able to do something that maybe you didn't think you could do. Cool, cool, cool. Good for him.
was an uneducated mother. I was an uneducated mother, and I put him on, they had him on like an allergy medication.
Okay, so she did take him to the allergy doctor?
Well, after he was on that medication for 1 year, I came back in and they said, oh, by the way, it was called Zyrtec. Zyrtec stunts growth, they told me. So now Bo, to this day, you guys know my son Bo, he blames me that he's the short one in the family. I'm just kidding.
For 1 year? Wait, hold on. Does Zyrtec... Short-term growth in children with allergic rhinitis treated. This is from 1993. Asthma allergy medications may slow childhood growth, 1998. The cetirizine half-life is reduced because their increased hepatic metabolism. Okay, that's wrong. I don't. Where's the Mayo Clinic? Where's reputable sources? What the hell? Does it actually stunt growth? There's nothing. There's no trusted link on the 10 pages. Oh, Mayo Clinic. No. Nope. Nothing. What am I doing wrong? I'm not going with, like, I don't know.
That's the truth, because I had him on
Beachbody came up on my search. Oh my God.
Zyrtec, but I didn't know for 1 full year that it was stunting his growth. And the moment the nurse told me that, oh, by the way, a new study came out, we found out Zyrtec stunts growth, I'm like, discontinue, right? And that's when I got really aggressive with lifestyle solutions. Like, what's causing my kid to cough? We can't just keep giving him the Zyrtec. It's stunting his growth now. He's 2, right? And that's when we got radical, and we went eliminated all red 40, blue 1, yellow 5. I didn't have a fruit snack in my house. I mean, I literally, if it said,
what's wrong with fruit snacks? What did fruit snacks ever do to you? Stop it, Raven. Let's go. Moving on up. We need a break.
Well, we're moving on up.
Thank you for being here for 14 months. Oh, boy. I know you've been here for longer than 14 months, but thank you so much. I don't understand why there's not, like, Mayo Clinic or anything. It's just, oh, National Institute of Health. Nope. There's nothing. I don't know. I have no idea. We can't debunk it, but we can't find an easy solution for what she's saying. all dyes are bad except for whatever's in her head. Like, what if somebody doesn't have a sensitivity? Because, like, there's allergies and there's sensitivities. And could they have had a sensitivity? Coulda. Some kids don't.
If it said a red dye or a blue dye,
Sure, red dye number 2 is kind of bad. I get it. And again, that's super cool that like food products in Canada are more restrictive on dyes. I love that. Awesome. My question is there evidence-based research to show that those dyes impact people negatively even if they don't have a sensitivity? That's my question.
I was throwing it straight in file 13. If it said anything with grains, if they were not fermented, I was throwing it in file 13. File 13 is the garbage.
Cool.
I was literally just like, my whole house was full of garbage, I realized in that instant. So I had to make some.
Love that you had the privilege to throw stuff away and, you know, you don't have to use it. Okay. This would have been a great screen grab for our cover.
Lifestyle choices. And we were poor. We didn't have much money then. So it's not like I was like, oh, I've got this.
So I've overcome that objection that my products are expensive as hell because I was able to throw stuff away when I was super poor and I still made it work because I cared more about our health than I did about making ends meet.
Like, you know, bankroll where I could just make all these lifestyle changes. Like, it was tight, but we decided that our family was worth it. So I was willing to sacrifice in other areas.
If you think your family's worth it, then you're going to make the hardest decision and buy our LifeWave shit. You hear the undertone of like her condescension and her positioning herself also while also addressing the objections people would have with the cost of the stuff she has to sell. Yeah. And poor is a relative term. Yep.
Yes. Plus, I wasn't going to be dyeing my hair anymore professionally after reading the book. So look at how much money we're saving there. Anyway,
Hi,
the bottom
Natasha.
line is it changed my life. Fast forward 3 years ago, our boys, actually it was maybe 3.5. Our boys are very, very, very good athletes. You know them. They're Bo, True, and Rocco. And I've always been on the healing journey. You get this, that I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with health. Okay. If you're in a trench, you'd want to call me because I'd be like, I think we can figure this out. Okay. Bottom line is,
if you're in a trench, we can figure this out. I think maybe I'll just call an ambulance. Like, if I'm in a trench, it's probably, like, I don't know how I got there. If I'm stuck there, I probably want an ambulance. I'm confused.
Has been an advocate for my mom, been an advocate for my dad, been an advocate for aging people in general, been an advocate for
and again, if you're actually an advocate for aging people, like, good for you. My experience, do I want to talk about this right now? I'm not going to go into details, but if you have a loved one who's elderly and they're in a hospital setting, you making sure they have an advocate is incredibly important, because there's sometimes there's fuckery afoot in those situations. So actually having a true advocate, not just someone who's going to make money off of scaring people into multi-level marketing products, that's great. And having a true advocate is great. Having whatever this is wild.
A lot of stuff. And I could tell you story after story about that, but stay focused, Renita. Gut health. 3.5 years ago, our Rocco was running in cross country and he just started getting super white faced, like white. And like, if from here down, he'd be tan. This would be tan and this would be white. And then I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, this is crazy. And he was running and he was such a good athlete. Like, he was out doing cross country. Kid was running 60 miles a week, right? Winning every race, coming in 800 meters ahead of the second place kid, right? Like, he was just a super stellar athlete, super skinny. We fed him all the time. Good balanced nutrition, couldn't pack on a pound.
Good balanced nutrition. Were you feeding him enough food? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm being an asshole. Oh. Good balanced nutrition to me, when I've heard like a mentality where I would say it's more crunchy, sometimes isn't registered dietitian focused. Meaning, there's a there's a caloric deficit that naturally happens because when you're talking about only good foods in quotations, a lot of times they don't have enough fat, they don't have enough carbs. From what I've seen in a hell of a lot of multi-level marketing companies I've reacted to, and also personal experience with people who are in the crunchy space. Talk to a registered dietitian. I'm sure she's going to tell us what happened. I'm sure it's nothing to do with food.
The kid was like losing weight, you know? I'm like, what's going on? So I take him to this doctor.
If your kid is okay, fine.
And she's like, oh, he's got parasites. And I was like, holy cow.
Oh my God, stop it right now. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. Does he have parasites? Did you do a test? Because if you're going to treat yourself, you should never treat yourself for parasites. If you actually have a parasite, you have to do it. You have to get treated in a hospital setting. Okay? Just in case you didn't know, in case someone on TikTok is going to try to scam you into a parasite cleanse, if you haven't actually tested for a parasite, you most likely don't have one. Okay? And HIPAA just stepped back into the room.
How? Like, how do you get parasites? And she's like, Renita, everybody's got parasites.
Oh my God. OMG, I did parasitology for years. Very few people in this country have them. Yep. Please just take your kid to the doctor. Please, 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 please. If your doctor says your child has parasites, you say, what test did you run? And show me where the test shows there's parasites. And if the test showed there's parasites, I'm guessing you're admitting him to the hospital to get treated. Right? Right?
I was like, what? And so we went on this journey literally of about 2 years where we were parasite detoxing. She goes, if he's got them,
the whole family got them. You got fucking scammed, Renita. Oh, you're going to get paid to detox everyone from parasites? How long is the longest parasite treatment in a hospital? Because it's not 2 years. It's not 2 years. I wonder if a registered dietitian would have given you the same solution for your kid not gaining weight. Because I'm betting, not having known all the information, but having experience in looking at what happens in the crunchy space, your kid wasn't getting enough food. In my opinion. I played the disclaimer. Okay.
family's got them. Do you guys have a dog? Were you sleeping with the dog? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you all got them. She goes, do you travel internationally at all? Yeah. Do you ever buy organic produce? It's all I buy. Did you ever eat an unwashed apple? Yeah. Parasites. So she literally went on this journey telling me, like, literally my healthy, holistic lifestyle had given us all parasites, right? But in Rock's case, it was really overtaking him. So we went down the whole journey. To summarize it, it was like hell for 2 years. Let me just say it plain. About a year.
Pure hell for 2 years. What is the longest parasite treatment in a hospital? It did not search the right thing. 3 days? Maybe it's longer than that. It's not 2 years. It's not 2 years. OMG, parasites are species specific. You do not contract parasites from your dog. Thank you. And Chris was a veterinary technician, and now Chris is a nurse. I used to check the fecals of the dogs and cats and then looked under my microscope for eggs. I could tell which kind of worm by the eggs. And then Chris also said, OMG, parasites are species specific. You do not contract parasites from your dog. The twisty thing is, kids are under the authority of their parents until they get old enough to not be that. And if you are trapped in this non-scientific spaced place, which if you're not in the medical, quagmire, cool. My question is, are you putting your kids at risk or through something that they wouldn't have had to suffer through because of the non-scientific stuff that you've bought into? You put your kid through hell for 2 years? What is happening? In rare cases, you can get a condition related to your pet's parasites, but you would have symptoms. Apples in the United States are commonly kept in large warehouses without oxygen until they're shipped out. There's no way you can get a parasite from an unwashed apple. Giggle trig. Love that. Live chat's coming through tonight. I'll tell you that. And what does this have to do with patches? Good question. Good question, Lisa.
Pure hell. Like every time I would give him a parasite detox, he'd be on the ground. He couldn't see.
Every time you gave your kid a parasite detox, they were on the ground and he couldn't see? The fact that your kids survived without lasting damage is pure luck. Is pure luck. Oh, you're mom shaming. No, I'm parasite shaming. I'm parasite cleanse shaming, okay? What? You didn't take him to the hospital? He's on the ground. He's in pain. He cannot see. You didn't take him to the hospital. Why? Oh, because I was helping him with my parasite cleanse. Okay. What?
It was affecting his vision. I mean, it was just crazy. Like, it was intense. Like, I mean, and here's me, like an investigative journalist. Like, and I cannot figure out. We took him to these doctors in Minnesota. They told me that his mitochondria was only functioning at 10%. What? Like,
Can you tell how much your mitochondria There are several ways to assess mitochondrial function, including respirometry, measuring the rate of oxygen consumption by the mitochondria. ATP production measures the rate of ATP production. Calcium retention capacity measures the sensitivity of the permeability transition pore to calcium loading. Fluorescence-based assays measures mitochondrial calcium superoxide, mitochondrial permeability transitioned, and membrane potential. Magnetic resonance spectroscopy, MRS, and near-infrared spectroscopy, NIRS. Non-invasive methods that assess mitochondrial function in vivo. Muscle or tissue biopsy. A small piece of muscle or other tissue is taken to directly see mitochondrial changes. Blood levels of lactate and pyruvate. Indirect measures of mitochondrial dysfunction, but susceptible to sampling error and recent exercise. So that would have fucked it up because he was a super athlete. Urinary organic acid analysis can determine enzyme dysfunction in the citric acid cycle. 8-OHDG in the urine. Estimates the amount of damage to the mitochondria DNA. Mitochondrial disease can cause a number of symptoms, including, I don't know. I don't even know what's happening right now.
Mitochondria is like the powerhouse of the cell. The kid, his resting heart rate at night, would go to bed, and I would take Rocco's resting heart rate. These guys are all athletes, by the way. When you're an athlete, your heart rate goes down. Like, you got like a 50 resting heart rate. He'd be laying in bed at night, and his heart rate would be 120. 120. And I mean, that makes me want to cry thinking about it, actually, but I'm going to keep myself pulled in pretty tight. Anyway, he was just not well. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, couldn't figure it out. Every time I gave him these parasite detoxes, he was getting sicker than a dog.
His body was in distress from the parasite detoxing. And you're wondering why he had a high heart rate, a high resting heart rate? She doesn't know what's happening either. Oh my God.
Finally took him to this practitioner in Minneapolis. She's like, stop the train. Your kid cannot have one more of these supplements. His body cannot handle them. In fact,
well, I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying, like, your body is showing us that it's in distress from what you're describing. And you're continuing to do the same thing and letting your kid just take it and take it and take it. And you're not going to let him go to the doctor? I hope the doctor gave her good advice.
We're going to start with a half a capsule of something, and you're going to put it in his bath water. Like, that's all he can have. He cannot be ingesting anything. Okay. He couldn't take any glutathione. Glutathione is the master antioxidant. When he would take glutathione supplements, his shins would turn bright blue, like his lower legs would turn into a smurf.
Why would you let him continue to take that? It makes me angry because, like, people who have the privilege, if they want to, have kids. And, like, I would love to have had kids. And then to listen to people out there treat their kids like they're some kind of lab rat. And yeah, she probably loves her kid, and yet she's continuing to, like, give him stuff that makes him sick. It just is hard to listen to.
And I would be like, my gosh, like, but glutathione is the master antioxidant to clean the body, right?
You're not a doctor.
So everywhere I was going, everybody was like, oh, he needs glutathione. But we had $1,000 worth of glutathione sitting in the fridge. And every time I gave it to Rock, he's like, Mom, quit giving me that. My shins are going to blow out.
So he's telling you, please stop, please stop, please stop. And she's like, no, you need to take this. You need to take this. You need to take this. Fuck that.
Like, it literally would make his shins like they're going to explode. It was called the cell danger response. I had genetic testing done with our family. I'm not kidding. Scott said, did we really spend up to $100,000? I said, well, maybe not 100,000, but the genetic testing, all the people that I hired across the country to read it, all the supplements necessary for 2 straight years, well, maybe close to 100,000, right? And still to no avail. Rocco was no better. It was crazy. Okay, so we're on this journey, and I'm like, what am I missing? Get this. In comes the patch. Okay, and I'm not here to sell you the.
Oh my God, you're not saying the patch fixed your kid. You are not saying the patch fixed your kid. You're not saying the patch fixed your child. This reminds me of Jessie Lee. Right? It can't be the only person that this reminds you of. It reminds me of Jessie Lee. Oh my God. And the question is, did she take him to a single real doctor? Oh my God. Maybe the patch fixed her child because she stopped giving them the other stuff. Good point, Av.
Patch.
Okay. Oh, Ruby Frankie. Oh, woof. Yep. Just her energy, though, and the way that she talks and, like, her twisty sales stuff reminds me of Jessie Lee. Yes, Alexis. Yeah.
If you're on the patch, you're smart. If you're not on the patch, you ought to be on the patch. Okay? But Rocco started.
If you're on the patch, you shouldn't stop, and if you're not on the patch, you should start. But I'm not trying to get you to buy the patch, but I'm going to tell you how this fixed everything, even though I might have been the person causing the problems to my kid. Okay. Oh my God.
Put it on the
I
patch.
was thinking Jessie Lee in my last chat. Yeah, I mean, the energy, the delivery, she's like the Jessie Lee of LifeWave, honestly. The fear-mongering is definitely like Jessie Lee. I think the energy, the way that she believes in what she's saying, how powerful her persona is, has like inklings of Jessie Lee. I worked in child protective agency and database management many years ago. It stays with the person. Yeah.
Patch on X39 only. I didn't know about any of the other patches. And this is not the primary reason I'm here. The primary reason I'm here today is this right here, this peptide.
You can't see it because your camera sucks.
To heal your gut. But I have to tell you this, if not, you don't understand how the journey's been and how I know it's going to help you.
So one thing potentially helped one person, and yet it's a supplement, so you can't make those health claims. But I'm going to tell you, I know it's going to help you because it helped my son who is really sick, who I may have been contributing to his sickness because I would kept giving him things that made him sicker. Is that what I'm hearing you say, Miss Ma'am? Renita?
Rocco, basically, mitochondria were still the biggest need. They were barely functioning, couldn't put a pound on this kid. He couldn't get over 75 pounds. I mean, it was just nuts. His face was completely stark white. I actually have some pictures to share with you.
Oh my God, we are not showing pictures of a minor on my fucking channel.
You guys can see what we were kind of going through, so you just know. And he's like, Mom, do we have to share them? And
do we have to share these pictures, Mom? The answer is no. You should be able to give me consent about sharing your pictures online. So I will not do it because you're asking me not to do it. That should be the answer. I'm not showing her right now because I'm not going to show you a picture of a minor, okay?
I said, you know what? I think it could bless somebody else.
It could bless somebody else. No, it could bless my pocketbook. Okay? No. Oh!
We're not going to share a bunch of them, but I'm just going to share you guys a couple pictures of kind of the journey that we were on with this situation here. Okay, so you guys ready? Here's the pictures. So when Rocco was little, completely tanned, healthy, robust. My last two boys have not been vaccinated once.
There it is. And this is coming from me. Two of my siblings had really negative reactions to their vaccines. One of them has an allergy to one of the ingredients in the vaccine, an actual allergy. And it was a very traumatic situation for my family, my parents. And so I also have really strong reactions when I get vaccinated. So I'm saying that I still think they're healthy, in my opinion, that I still take them. So do my siblings now. There was a period of time where my parents were cautious because of what happened.
Rocco has
Hi, Sandra.
never
Yes. Protect your mental health.
been on a single antibiotic. Not one. Not a single one. Okay. Bo, we quit vaccinating when he was 2.5. We figured it out. He's 24 now. Okay. So these were just like normal little healthy boys. Aren't they cute, by the way? Rocco kind of looked like the Gerber baby, we always said, because he had that little round face. Rocco was a vibrantly healthy. True.
You shouldn't be working out with weights before you're a certain age because growth plates. No. This kid is malnourished. I'm not a registered dietitian. You can't see the picture. I'm not going to show it. The kid's lifting weights before he's, 11, 12, 13, 14. His face is white. Maybe from the flash, but he's malnourished. My opinion, y'all can't see it.
Both, they're all vibrantly healthy. And then all of a sudden, whoops, where did it go? And then all of a sudden, we started seeing this. You guys see that? Can you see it in the picture? Can you see it? Not if you can see it.
I'm seeing allergy.
Do you see how it's just like from the neck down, the kid was tan, from the neck up, he was white.
Anemia? What? I don't know. Only reason I said anemia is because I'm anemic and sometimes that happens. It can also be from low blood pressure. Oh my God. So when you have allergies, you kind of get dark, like around your eyes sometimes. He looks like he has allergies, and he looks like he's anemic. And he looks like he's hungry. Everyone is different. Blanket statements and anecdotal experiences are just that. I love that. I didn't want to, I shouldn't have said, like, I think they're safe. I should have been more discretionary with what I said. So I appreciate this perspective, Nick. One of my classmates can't take vaccines, so the rest of us made sure to get the vid vaccine to protect her. I love that. And now you didn't, everyone's different.
Do you see that? Well, your
yes.
face
And his eyes.
Oh my gosh. And this is like a good picture. If I showed you a bad one, you just would be like, it was unbelievable. Okay. It would make every mom on here cry because you'd be like, what is going on with this kid? Right. And so just super skinny, couldn't get him to gain any weight, put the X39 patch on him, wore it every day. Didn't know anything like I know now, 2 years and 3 months later.
The video's off screen because she's showing a minor on screen after her son asked her to not show these pictures to the Zoom.
We go back to the practitioner in Minnesota.
Oh no, I appreciate that, Nick, but I just want to be careful because I know how it feels like to not necessarily feel welcome in a chat or whatever if you maybe have different opinions than the host, and I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable in my chat.
And the practitioner in Minnesota says to me, what did you do with Rocco? She goes, his mitochondria, which is always tested as great as needs, a 0 to 1,000 scale. Rocco's mitochondria always came at a 980. It was like it needed the most help of anything in his body. Mitochondria always came up at 980, okay? Which is really high. You want these numbers under 600. And his was 980. That means his mitochondria were not functioning well. You guys get that?
Does your mitochondria not function when you're anemic? Does... I'm sorry I'm having to Google everything, and this is probably the worst thing to do. Yes, when you are anemic, particularly due to iron deficiency, your mitochondria do not function properly. Oh my God! Sorry, I'm Google diagnosing someone on the internet. If you could see his picture as somebody who is anemic and also has anemic family members, it's pretty recognizable. Oh my God. Mitochondria rely on iron for many of their functions, including the production of energy through the electron transport chain. When iron levels are low, as in anemia, mitochondrial respiration is reduced, leading to decreased ATP production, which can be impaired respiration. This impaired mitochondrial function can affect various tissues, including the heart, skeletal muscle, and liver, causing symptoms like fatigue and weakness associated with anemia. So maybe would explain his high heart rate at resting.
Patching, 30 days on. She calls me and she's like, we're at this appointment. She's like, right, Rocco's mitochondria need is at 550. She goes, oh my gosh, how did you get that to drop from 980 to 550? Did you give
She still has a picture of the kid on screen. Sorry.
him something different? Like, we've been on the same.
Quote, Mayo Clinic's mitochondrial disease clinic is staffed by a specialized geneticist, genetic counselor, and nursing care team. It coordinates with multiple specialties and genetic laboratories. That's awesome. I'm not trying to diagnose him. It's like we're asking questions. It's, why would someone be pale? Why would someone's face be white and their body be tan? It can be anemia. Okay, does anemia impact mitochondrial health or function? Yes, it does. So it makes it even more devastating that he put up with 2 years of parasite cleanses because his mom did that to him.
Supplements for.
I guess I can put her on screen. Please hold. Hold on. I'm gonna make it small so that. Oh. There we go. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Sorry, guys.
3 months, and that's not happened. Like, because we change the supplements about every 3 months. And I said, no, I said, you know what? The only thing different we've been doing is I've been putting this X39 patch on him. She said, what is it? I said, it's a phototherapy patch. She goes, oh my gosh, in 25 years of being a health practitioner doing this, I've never seen a mitochondrial need.
A health practitioner, is it not interesting that we're not talking to a medical doctor? I'm not saying that naturopathic doctors can't think creatively. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we all need to be aware of our biases. And as long as you're not excluding allopathic solutions, allopathic medicine, then cool. We're thinking outside the box that's inclusive with evidence-based services and solutions. What I've seen is that some of the naturopathic leaning individuals tend to throw out allopathic solutions, allopathic medicine, evidence-based medicine, because it's either that or this. And it's like, no, it should be a multifaceted thing.
Change that drastically. She said, literally, he's got no more mitochondrial need. His mitochondria are functioning perfect. I said, you got to be kidding me. So we hung up, and that same practitioner calls me about 3 hours later. She goes, Renita, is your friend Julie from Bismarck? Because she was a patient, because this gal was in Minneapolis. She goes, is your friend Julie from Bismarck on the patches as well? And I said, she is. She goes, I just saw her, and her mitochondrial need fell off the radar just like Rocco's did. It was like in the 800s, and it fell down to below 500. And she said she's been wearing the patch, and I wondered if it was the same patch Rocco's been wearing. She goes, in all my years of doing this, I've never seen something change like that. So the first thing I want to tell you that will change everything is,
just as a reminder to everybody listening or the replay crew, 2 examples of improvement it's still anecdotal, and it doesn't mean that there's evidence based anything to support Renita's claims about the patches. Anecdotal evidence can be helpful sometimes in gathering information, maybe to lead up to a study, but we shouldn't say, oh my God, that sounds like a great solution because I'm chronically ill and I want an answer. Because I still feel like, man, that sounds great. That sure does sound great. That sure does sound magical and wonderful, and like a patch could fix everything wrong with me. That sounds great. Of course it does. Of course that pitch works for people who are in a vulnerable state for no fault of their own. Being in chronic pain sucks. Being chronically ill sucks. What's even suckier is Renita trying to scare the shit out of people to make money off of them. Yeah, HIPAA anyone? What's a practitioner doing talking about a patient with another patient? Good question, Nick. I don't know. Are naturopathic doctors under HIPAA law? Yes. Naturopathic doctors are considered covered entities under the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. What does HIPAA mean? HIPAA stands for Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, a federal law that protects patients' medical records and other personal health information. HIPAA was passed by Congress in 1996 and updated in 2009. HIPAA has several purposes, including protecting patient information. So that's a no for the practitioner in Minnesota or whatever. It gives patients rights over their health information, protecting health insurance coverage, reducing healthcare fraud, setting industry standards. So yeah, maybe the protecting patient information is the flag on the field.
The X39 patch. It'll change everything. Okay. So now that practitioner has every person get on the X39 patch. But let me continue the journey because we weren't done yet. Okay. So as we go through here, you can still see those pictures of rock. You can still see this is when we went to Sardinia, Italy last year.
Were you wearing hats when you were running? Is that okay? Okay.
Can you guys see how thin he is? And all my boys are pretty thin.
He does. Okay. We're not showing these pictures. Sorry.
Right. But Rocco just had a heck of a time gaining weight. You could just see this, like this still was very white. Can you guys notice that or not? Anybody? Yep. You with me? Okay.
That can also happen when you wear a hat outside, but continue.
Next thing that happened. Okay, there we are again. Next thing. Oopsie, where's my picture? And you can still see him. He's kind of gaining a little bit of weight, still pretty white-faced when you'd see him. Just always working at it, Never 100%.
He's a child. That's normal. Adolescent, like he looks healthy. Maybe he's not.
Like his face would come and go then. Sometimes it would be nice and
anemia. What?
Flush, colored, not normal, like a normal one, and then it would go away. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So this is more recent. So
they're still showing pictures, and he's older now. He's 16 or 17 or whatever. And I don't know. Your body goes through like your teenage years. Sometimes your metabolism's going so fast and you have a hard time putting on muscle, and then you can start to build muscle as you start to get older. It may be easier too.
So this is when we just went on the trip to the Greek cruise. You guys remember Greece?
His face is still white.
Okay, the Greece cruise that our family just went on, like literally a month and a half ago. And so you can see Rocco is coming out of it. Like you can see his skin is looking better. He's gaining weight. Like it's happening. And it's not just puberty. Some people say, well, he went through puberty. Oh, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, okay.
But what we were dealing with, trust me, was not just a puberty issue.
I don't think it was. I think it was maybe anemia. She's milking her kid's illness as much as she can. Yeah.
It was something way different. Let me keep showing you this. Oopsie, it keeps popping off. I apologize. We're almost done with these pictures. Okay. So about when we got back from Greece, about 2 weeks after we got back, so we've been at this maybe for a month now, I started I was researching this peptide. Over and over and over. Oh my
God, don't give your kids peptides. Talk to a medical doctor.
Over. And when I researched this peptide, I found out it was one of the most important peptides to heal the gut and the gut-brain connection. And I was doing the research, and actually there was some science on Parkinson's. So I thought, oh, this would be great for my mom. Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And
her, yeah, she asked him and the kid said, "Mom, do you have to show these?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm just going to show a few. I'm just going to show a few." And it's like, your kid didn't want you to use his picture on the call. And she decided, I'm going to go ahead and use it because it's going to be a great sales tool.
As I got researching it, I'm like, it really will heal any inflammation.
She almost said anything.
That's been there a long time. So I was like, okay, this is really important.
Okay, but when you eat your food, your body, it has like a kind of inflammation response and the inflammation goes down. Like that's naturally what happens. That's like the explain it to me like I'm 5 version. Inflammation happens in the body. It goes up and it comes down. Like that's part of different processes, part of eating. The issue comes in when your body doesn't go back down after it becomes inflamed. Talk to a registered dietitian. Okay, whatever.
So we got ourselves, my whole family, and my mom on this peptide. And peptides are kind of controversial in medicine right now. Okay.
Yeah, no shit.
You guys know this? Do you know why? Because peptides are like chains of amino acids, and the medical community has a hard time patenting them. So what?
No, oh my god. Where's Root into Being? I did a stream with Aaron, and it was Make Wellness hasn't launched yet, but Make Wellness's products are peptides. I think, yes. Anyways, Root into Being gave us some references for some of the, and from what I understand, issues with peptides, with taking them as supplements. And it's not good to do it unsupervised is what I guess feel like I can safely say. You should read up on it on your own. But it's not just that those big drug companies can't patent it. It's that the research associated with it is twisty and like the bad things that can happen when you take them, I think.
What they're doing is they're putting a lot of peptides on something called the FDA watch list. So they're saying, we're going to keep an eye on that. In the meantime, they're over there in their little chemistry labs trying to take that peptide and add 1 or 2 ingredients to make it a drug so they can come back and sell it through the medical industry. Are you guys with me on that? Do you understand what they're trying to do?
That's not exactly. You're not really representing the situation. I'm streaming for too long. We may have to finish this part 2 tomorrow. Is that okay for y'all? Part 2 tomorrow? I'm only halfway through the video. We'll get through like another 10 minutes.
So when they say peptides are controversial, it's not that they're so controversial. It's that.
Yes, it's literally the science. The science literally is controversial because of the impact it can have on the body. Oh my God. The debate is what exactly peptides do to people and if they affect people the same or not. I think, yes. Are they safe for people to take on their own or at all? Or are the negatives for someone taking peptides, should that be a red flag? It's not just like, oh, we're going to hold our seal of approval because we want to make money on it. Like, disrespectfully, fuck off. Okay. Yeah, we're going to finish we're going to finish her like thought and then we're going to go to part 2 tomorrow.
Peptides are doing a lot of things, just like the new peptide that helped Rocco in his mitochondrial.
GHK copper peptides.
That helped mom get her weight back. That helped my mom get her teeth back. The X39 patch that's activated by the X39 and the GHK copper peptide. But we added one other peptide, and I'm going to show it to you in a second here. And then this is after we started the peptide. We've all been on it now, I would say, for a solid 3 weeks. Okay. So here's here's Rocco like yesterday. And granted, he's at the gym. This ain't without work. The kid is just...
You're showing your kid posing in front of a mirror at the gym. Do you understand how the internet works and the creeps there are online? Oh my God.
Like, I mean, he went from being stalled at 75 pounds for a year and a half.
What, when he was 11? She didn't show any pictures of the kid for whatever.
And now Rocco is like literally in the last month. I mean, this kid, I mean, it's on
A growth spurt. I mean, just growing in general. Like kids, as they get older, they're able to put on more muscle because like their body is transforming because they're growing and aging.
believable. Okay. So I wanted to show those pictures so that you know where we're going with this thing. Are you guys, is everybody still with me here?
You're using your kid to sell a multi-level marketing product. Does that make you feel good, Renita?
Okay. Now I'm going to break it into my little PowerPoint that Scott made for me. Thank
Oh, PowerPoint? Let's go. We're going to have to start the PowerPoint tomorrow because like,
you, Scott, for making the PowerPoint to help keep me on the
oh my God, Scott, what did you do?
rails because the Lord knows I need it. Okay. So here we go. You guys ready for this?
Press present. Hold on.
I'm not here to sell you patches and sell.
She's not going to press present. Okay. I'm not here to sell you patches, but I want you to buy them anyways. Listen. We're going to come back tomorrow. Since y'all are here, what time would be the best time to stream tomorrow? Do y'all want to do another late stream? Oh, no, we can't do it in the morning because Jen and Wendy are doing a stream at 10. So we could do another, is it a late night one? Okay, like 8 o'clock or 7. Oh my God, Jessica, it's so bad. It's so bad. What time do y'all want to do it tomorrow? 8 or 9 at night? Okay. One person. Let's go. 8 or 9 at night. Cool. I can do that. Afternoon or evening? Okay. So we got through 27 minutes of the video. We're about halfway through. And that was with us taking out pauses and filler words. Nighttime? Okay. Nighttime it is. Go color. Go watch TV. Go read a book. Don't forget to lick the stream. I would appreciate it. What else? I don't know. There's nothing fun that we can leave in the comment section because my brain's not really working. Pacific time, so it won't be too late for me. Take care, everyone. Early afternoon works better for me, but not sure how much I can watch for sure. It is. We are going to get into a PowerPoint roast, so like, I'm so excited about that. I have so many questions about the peptides. I'm in a biological engineering program. There are people that are actually studying peptides, real peptides. Amy, I hope you can come back for the next part of the stream. Or at least like on, if you can't, like on the replay. I've loved your commentary on this fuckery, honestly. Thank you to who sent me this. I will text you and thank you in person. Can't wait for a DC PowerPoint roast. I can't either. I'm so excited. Let me give y'all a little thank you for the stream.
I love you.
I will see y'all tomorrow. Make good decisions. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll see you later. I'm usually here for streams. I usually just lurk. Okay, well, thank you for not lurking tonight because you made my night. Thank you so much. Amy coming in clutch, for sure. All right, here we go. Okay, bye.